Hey, what's up? I'm Jacob Hager, and today I'm going to teach you how to do a nollie. Basically what a nollie is, it's like a bunny hop but backwards. So instead of front tire up then back tire, it's back tire up then front tire. So a little bit different than a bunny hop because you're not pushing forward on it. Like a bunny hop, you'd be pushing forward. Really, you're getting your height from this, from how high you lift your back end. You got to get that back wheel up in the air by itself. So you just work on throwing your weight forward, pushing on your bars, and then when you get into that point where you're about to throw your weight up, just bend your knees a little bit to allow the bike to come up. Almost like you're hopping into a nose manual, but you don't have to do it nearly as aggressive because you don't need to be in that balance point. Matter of fact, you don't want to be. After that, you want to get yourself in a position where you're not like over top of the bars like this. You don't want to be like throwing your weight over the front wheel. You want to keep your weight back. That way you can open up and do tricks out of it. And you also don't want to be like this over your front wheel if you're doing it down a drop. So you want to keep your weight kind of back and then just learn to do that trick like I was showing you and learn to keep your body back more and more. The more you practice, the better you'll get at keeping your weight back. So you want to just learn to do it with your weight over your back end. Then once you get that part, this is the actual nollie. This is the getting both wheels off the ground. You learn to keep your weight back on this, which is also going to help when you're trying to lift the front wheel up. So you keep your weight back, you kind of throw your weight up, get this back wheel off, and now this is all in the arms. You're just going to pull up on the front end like this to get you're not really hopping out of it with like any bit but your arms. So once you get that back wheel off, it's all in your arms to get the front wheel up. So you do the same thing, you pull this up, and then once you get to your peak of your back wheel, once your back wheel gets to its peak, you want to kind of throw your weight back even more and bend your arms to get your front wheel up. Once you get the nollie, I would suggest learning it up a bank, so we'll bring it to the bank over here. All right, so you're gonna have to go a little bit faster to do it on the bank because you want to make both tires up it. Basically, when you get near the top, you know, a couple feet from the top, you want to start jumping into almost a nose manual. So when you're coming up the bank, when you're doing it, you really just kind of level out where your wheels are at the same height. And then once you get up to the top, same thing, you just get the back wheel up just a little bit and then pop up your front wheel to get on top. I would suggest trying them up a bank, get them down so that way you can learn tricks out of them. It's way easier to do nollie tricks out of a bank than it is like just doing them flat. Now, the only other place you might want to learn them is off of a drop, something like this. It is a little more scary. So the way I learned them was going off of the side because you don't have to go as fast and your back wheel's not going to case. So instead of nollieing straight off and having the possibility of you casing and flipping over the bars, I like to nollie, throw my back end just a little bit off to the side, and that'll teach you how to nollie off of a ledge. Once you have that, really to do it off of this, you just have to go a little bit faster. When you're doing it off of a drop, you don't have to lift up. In fact, you probably don't want to lift up nearly as much as you do when you're going on flat ground or up a bank. I really just lift up my back wheel just a couple inches and then I throw the front wheel up. I don't do any dramatic nose manual, only because like personally I'm afraid of flipping over my bars going down a drop or a stair set. So I try to stay as low as possible with my back wheel. All right, so that's how to nollie on a BMX bike. You can learn this in a day. I'm sure most of you will learn this in a day. If you can bunny hop, you can nollie. If you're gonna go out and try this today, click that like button. If you already learned the trick, good for you. I'll be doing how-tos every day, so comment if you want a certain trick and I'll try to do it. I mean, as long as I'm capable of doing the trick. Other than that, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. We'll see you next time.